What is up, everybody? This is Investing Sensei here to bring episode 73 of the portfolio update. So the market has been selling off recently, and hopefully you guys are taking up that opportunity to add more to your long-term positions, because I sure have. I want to show you guys what I did this past week, how the portfolio performed, and how actually in reality, even though the market is selling off, how my portfolio is growing in value. As you guys can see, the portfolio is at $150,984.95. That obviously is down in the portfolio from the previous week, but you know, overall the portfolio is actually a lot higher than it was that last week. And we're going to jump into that as well. I want to give you guys some awesome news that I have for the dividend scripts that I do have available for free. I know you guys have been requesting those, so definitely stay tuned when I kick off those scripts. I'm going to tell you guys that news, so be sure to watch the whole video as well. Don't forget to support the channel by hitting that like button. It helps a lot with the channel. I really appreciate it. In the long term, it helps out promote my channel and grow as we have been growing recently, so thanks a lot in advance. But anyways, I want to show you guys here the graph. You guys can see for the 1 month, if we actually kind of zoom in right here, for the 1 month, you'll see that we have actually been going down from like our highest point in value of almost 157,000. We just been going down and down, but in reality, our portfolio has been growing in the long term, which I'm going to show you guys about that. Actually, I did a couple moves that you guys are going to be maybe shocked. I want to see what you guys think of them. I think they will pay off in the long term, so we will see what happens with that. But you guys can see this sell-off in the portfolio. I'm definitely not worried at all. It actually creates a great buying opportunity for me, and that is something that I have been taking advantage. It's kind of like you go to Walmart, you want to buy a PlayStation 5. It's $300. I'm just guessing. I don't know how much the PlayStation 5 goes by, but let's say it's $300. The next week you come back to Walmart and then you see at a discount that the PlayStation 5 is at $200. So you're saving $100. Would you not want to buy the PlayStation 5 at this point? I mean, I wouldn't buy it because I would rather invest it, but if I wanted to buy a PlayStation 5, why not buy it $100 cheaper the next week? So that's kind of like what you kind of think of when this market is selling off. You have a great company like, let's say, Apple, right? Apple was actually going down, and if actually we go into Apple, let me see right here in the details. So you can look at the 1 month chart on Apple. You guys can see Apple, you know, was at $137 a share, and now it's basically right around $120. So that's kind of like the same thing with the PlayStation 5. You know, Apple's a great company. You guys could have bought it last week, or you know, the beginning of February at $137. Now it's way cheaper. You guys can buy more. So let's say you had $200 to invest. Now, instead of, if you had bought it here, you could buy it here and you would buy more shares worth of Apple. So that is what you get when you actually buy in the market dip. As well, one of the cool things I want to show you guys there is that if you pull up not Lockheed Martin, but Seeking Alpha, and I'm going to actually use Lockheed Martin, which is one of the companies I have been buying recently. If you guys have been following me through the portfolio updates. Well, anyways, this is Seeking Alpha. If you go over here to dividends, I typed in LMT, which is the ticker symbol for Lockheed Martin, and you actually look on the dividend, you look at the dividend yield here. You click on that, scroll down, and look at this graph. So what this graph tells you is the percentage of the dividend yield of how much that company is paying. So you guys can see the value right here. So 2.94, and I believe that's the current one right now. But what happens here? So remember, the dividend yield is basically how much they pay annually in dividends, and then it's the difference between the stock price, right? So if the stock continues to go up, the dividend yield will go down. If the stock price goes down, the dividend yield will increase. So, and that's kind of what this graph is telling you. So if we actually look around 2020 March, which is when the market crashed, and we look right here, you guys can see this huge spike right here. And if we look at it and look on over here on the left, you'll see that the dividend yield was at 3.32. So that's an awesome deal that you would have gotten. So if you had snatched up a couple shares with Lockheed Martin, you would have been basically getting paid at a 3.3% dividend yield. And you know, as the price continued to recover and it finally leveled out back to the 2%, you guys can see that the trend is actually going back up now because the market is correcting. Lockheed Martin has been going down some, and that's why I've been buying it as well. You guys can see I'm kind of like capturing around 3%, almost 3% dividend yield. So I am really happy with that. You guys can use these type of graphs, which are really useful. I like to follow them. Right here would have been a really awesome deal, or obviously March 2020, but you guys can see that this dividend yield graph here is going up, so meaning that we are going to get a higher dividend yield as we buy these companies. I am long on Lockheed Martin, a lot of these other companies I have been buying, and I'm going to show you guys. Let's go ahead and jump over to the activities because I want to show you guys what I did this week. And let me go pull this up. And so if we look at the activities and I go ahead and filter out by March 1st, 2021. And we start at the very bottom, guys. You saw that there's a lot of activity that I did, and the reason is because the market sell-off, guys, is what I've been telling you guys. As well, you guys can see that at the very beginning we did get a dividend of Visa for $6.55. We went ahead and let that pay off. We basically used that dividend to pay off the interest from M1 Borrow, because you guys already know that we are borrowing some money at 2% to buy JP Morgan, which has been paying off really well. And you know, that 2% is getting covered by the dividend yield, except that, you know, when JP Morgan paid off last month, I went ahead and reinvested it right away because we wanted to get that snowball growing faster and faster. So just Visa's dividend is actually paying for the interest right now. But American Waterworks on the 2nd of March paid us $1.08, which is pretty awesome. This is gonna compound and get larger and larger. You guys can see on the 4th I deposited $200 as well as another $100. The $100 is to pay off that interest that we are borrowing. So I typically try to invest $100 every single week and then $100 to the M1 Borrow so that we can knock out that interest. But you guys will see later on what I ended up doing, which is actually pretty funny on the moves that I have been doing. So on the 4th, I did reinvest those $200 plus the dividend that we had remaining. So we bought some Costco. We bought $101.20. That is almost 0.3 shares at $323. Costco has been going down, so I am going to snatch up those shares as they go down even further. As well as Apple, I bought $100 of Apple, and you guys saw that Apple has been going down. I don't mind buying it at a cheaper price, and this is awesome, guys. You guys are really awesome for signing up with my referral link. So 2 people signed up. We got $20 in total. Thanks so much. You guys are awesome. If you guys are interested in signing up with M1, I have my referral link in the video description, so check it out. The next one we have here is on March 5th, we got a dividend from Pfizer, which is $23.06, and then as well Starbucks of $10.96. So we will be reinvesting these dollars into Monday morning into the portfolio so that they can compound much faster, which is actually really nice. I really hope that the market continues to go down further because these $33, $34 will get reinvested and they will be able to buy more shares if the market is continuing to sell off. So I hope so, and I hope we don't recover anytime soon. But anyways, we did end up depositing another $100 because the market has been going down further. So I was like, I'm gonna buy some more. So on March 5th as well, I really invested those $100 and I bought some more Costco. So $50 of Costco and $50 of Apple. I just can't get enough of those shares, guys. The next one, which is gonna be something that I ended up doing and you guys will actually see. which actually, let me show you. I ended up adding actually 2 more positions to the portfolio. These are kind of temporary. They could potentially be long-term. I don't really want to keep them in this portfolio because these are mostly dividend paying companies, but I think these will pay us, well, these moves will pay us very good in the long term. So if I scroll down, guys, you guys can see that we ended up adding Tesla and NIO. So I have about $300 worth of Tesla and about $200 worth of NIO, which, as you guys can see, if I go over here to the activities again, I went ahead and basically borrowed $500 and I bought the Tesla and the NIO. I think Tesla has been selling off a lot. We actually basically bought it at $598.55. The share price, we almost have 1 share, well, not 1 share, we have a half a share, and we ended up getting NIO, which we got about 5 shares of NIO at a $37 share price, which I think is really good, and we will see how that plays off. The reason why I did this is because I think Tesla and NIO have been selling off a lot. Tesla could potentially even go down further. If it does go further, I will continue to add some more. I'm not going to dump all the money right away. I'm going to be throwing a small amount every single week until it starts bouncing back. You know, obviously, if let's say I had added everything right away this past week and next week it continues to go down, then I'm going to be at a loss there. I did that with my Webull portfolio and I kind of messed up on that one. I went too fast on that. But you know, with this portfolio, my goal here is to hopefully potentially either these stocks will rebound much quicker than what I think, and then we could potentially sell these and try to pay off that interest from the M1 borrow and, you know, make some extra profit on top of that. I think I'm a long-term believer in Tesla. I do have that in my growth portfolio and I love it. It has returned me such a great gains in the long term. Well, I guess what, 2 years that I've held Tesla. I was buying it way back before the stock split when I was in the $200 range. So I am really excited with Tesla, and I hope Tesla continues to will drop down further because I want to buy some more. But anyways, guys, you guys can see M1 borrow. I actually ended up giving the M1 borrow to $3,200, but then I went ahead and borrowed the $500 to buy the NIO and Tesla shares. So that about ended up adding about 83 cents per interest per month, which is going to be nothing compared to what we will get in Tesla and NIO's returns. So I am really awesome. I'm really excited to see. Well, I hope the market continues to go down because I want to borrow some more money. So I am starting to use that margin that I told you guys, you know, 2% is nothing. A lot of these other companies that I do have pay out even higher dividend yields than 2%. So you would cover the interest at that point, and that doesn't even include the capital appreciation. Especially if we look at the holdings, you guys can see JP Morgan is paying us awesome, especially with the capital returns so far. We are up almost 25% on it, and that doesn't include the dividend yield that's paying off the interest. We are up about $19,000 is what it's worth on this initial investment. So I am excited. The portfolio hasn't fully gone down all the way, and I hope it continues to go down because I want to show you guys why this is, right? So you guys already know that these are the scripts that I have, but March is an amazing month for us. You guys can see this column pays out, well, it kind of shows you what days our companies in our portfolio will be paying out. So you guys can see we are scheduled to get a lot of dividends this coming couple weeks. So I'm really hoping that the market sells off more, because that means that these payouts that we get will actually get reinvested, and they will be able to buy more shares, which those shares will be able to pay us more dividends, which we'll be able to buy more later on. So I'm really excited. This portfolio is super awesome. It's super passive. I don't really have to touch it as much. I just have to log in maybe like 10 minutes at the most every single week, and then let it ride. As well, just, you know, when I do the portfolio updates, which is really fun actually, and kicking off the scripts. Hopefully you guys check those out. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and actually kick off the script to see if there's any new companies that announced any dividends increases, or any just dividends in general. But you guys can see we have all these other companies that have declared increases while this pandemic is happening. So this is really exciting. That's why I love dividend growth investing. But we're gonna go over here to portfolio tools. You can click get latest dividends, and this will run. This will wipe everything out, and then it will collect the latest announced dividends for each company in our portfolio there. So there it goes. And as you guys can see, this is super awesome. It's super automated. You guys can check it out. It's I have a link to it on the tutorial to this video in the video description, so you guys can see that this is done, and we have been getting a couple other ones. So this is awesome. I can't wait for these dividends next week. So we are gonna make a lot of money long term. And guys, the next one I want to basically wrap up this video with is the actual portfolio holding script. So you guys already know that basically I have this script that goes out and basically grabs all your holdings and puts them in the Google Sheets. Because if we look at the spreadsheet here, you guys can see that we calculate how much our payout is, and this is one of the main reasons, which I'm actually going to go ahead and copy it now that we're here and make a copy of it. But this is where I want to show you guys how our portfolio is actually increasing in value while the market is selling off, even though our initial value has, I guess, it decreased by $5,000 because we were around 150,000 this week, and last week we were right around $155,000 as the portfolio value. But we haven't sold one single share. We've actually been adding to it, and you guys can see that this is how much we are projected to make in annual dividends, as well monthly, weekly, hourly. You guys can see that this will continue to increase when we update this. So if we go over here to settings and we actually delete this, we need to grab the new holdings for this week from personal capital. Remember, I have the script. You guys can check it out. And actually, this is probably a good time to tell you guys the news that I do have. I hopefully will have some time tonight, maybe around 10 or so, to record the tutorial. I went ahead and cleaned up the code. It's ready to go. I need to create the release, create the tutorial, and hopefully look forward to that video tutorial on either Monday or Tuesday. So you guys are going to get that tutorial either Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday. So definitely be sure that you're subscribed with that bell notification so you guys are known when that video comes out. But anyways, we're going to jump over here to personal capital. And the way that this works is that this is personal capital. This is my M1 Finance account. And basically what the scripts do, it'll add this green button. And when you click, well, actually, I'm going to sort this by alphabetical order. When you click on this, it basically copies all this content from this table into your clipboard, which then we can jump over back to the Google Sheets, and then you can right click and then paste special and then paste values only. At this point, you have the latest holdings into your Google Sheets from your portfolio, which means our Tesla shares should exist, as well all those new Costco and Apple additions that we added this week. Because you guys can see here, this is our holdings. There's no Tesla here, so you guys can see there's only T for AT&T. When we do go here, portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped out, and it will actually get all the latest ones. So we have 133 shares, and we look over here, you'll see that our new dividend projection is being calculated now, and we will see how the portfolio is actually increasing in value while the market is selling off. So you guys can see that this is done. We did end up increasing about $3, so we are going to be making about $2,936.32 for the month. We are going to be doing now $244.69 versus the 45 cents. In the week, we basically went up 6 cents. And for the day, we stayed right around the same thing for the, actually, this is awesome. For the hour, we are making 34 cents an hour now. So every single hour that goes by, the portfolio is making 34 cents. And then for the 40-hour work week, if we were to send our portfolio to go to work for 40 hours a week, they would get a basically an hourly rate of $1.41 for those hours. So that is awesome, guys. You guys can see that the portfolio is increasing no matter that the market is selling off. So that is exciting. And you guys can see over here on the holdings that we should see the new Tesla shares. So you guys can see 0.5, as well as NEO over here for 42, not 42, 5 right here, 5. So that is awesome. You guys can probably already see the Costco and the Apple shares as well. So that is awesome, guys. These scripts will be available. The new addition to the script will be available either Monday or Tuesday. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and then let me know any issues that you guys find. So thanks so much for watching the whole video. I will catch you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you're notified when I upload a new video. Bye, guys.